Yes, Bitcoin finally broke out from this major support level and we came all the way up to the levels of 27,000 US dollars. But are we actually going to form a lower high, and could we expect that Bitcoin is going to go even lower? Or are we finally going to get this clear indication that Bitcoin is finally going to break out and that we're going to come all the way up to this major level? Guys, we're going to look at the charts and also the news, because yes, we could expect some major volatility within the next 48 hours from the FOMC meeting. So are we going to get a hawkish or even a dovish Fed Jerome Powell? Because at the moment we're expecting a 98% likelihood that we're going to see a rate pause, and this would be extremely bullish for the markets. But we're also going to look at the monthly returns of Bitcoin to find out, is September really going to be as bad, or could we expect a massive pump towards the upside? Guys, we're also going to look at Solana, because yes, if you would have bought exactly in these lows where I told you that it's a good opportunity to buy Solana exactly here, you would have been up 10% already. And yes, I'm going to make the next call, because I really do believe that Dogecoin is going to see a massive pump towards the upside. So if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button, and now let's directly start with today's video. And yes, we're going to go over to the charts and we're going to start on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, because yes, this looks extremely bullish, because yes, Bitcoin came all the way down to this major support round about the 25,000 US dollars, and now we close this weekly candle back above this major support area. This is extremely bullish and we could expect a continuation even higher. But guys, we're going to look at this fractal in a minute, but first of all we're going to look at this very important levels for Bitcoin that we need to break. And first of all, this is going to be the 200 moving average, which is exactly at the 27,800 US dollars, and the next level is going to be, yes, this local high exactly at the top of this week where we had this weekly close over the 200 moving average. Because yes, Bitcoin really needs to form a higher high so that we could say yes, we could expect a higher move, even higher. But first of all, we're going to go on the daily chart of Bitcoin, because yes, on the daily chart we can perfectly see this very important level. But first of all, like I told you in the previous video, this level is going to be really important, the 27,700 US dollars, because yes, the 200 moving average is exactly in these areas. So first of all, yes, Bitcoin needs to break this downward sloping trend so that we could expect this pump all the way into this major level. Because yes, Bitcoin really has to form a higher high, because if we're going to form a lower high, that Bitcoin is going to close underneath this trend line, and we could expect the dump all the way back down into this major support level, and that we could expect that yes, Bitcoin might form a lower low. But yes, first of all, this is extremely bullish that Bitcoin broke the 27,000 US dollars and that we could expect a pump even higher. But for that we need to go on the lower time frames, because on the 4-hour chart we can perfectly see, yes, this downward sloping trend is getting into some major resistance for Bitcoin. So we could expect a retracement exactly in these levels, and we're going to find out to which level we could expect Bitcoin is going to come. First of all, yes, we can see the 61.8 level from this high all the way to the low is exactly in these levels, but we need to draw the Fibonacci retracement levels from the lows all the way to the swing high, because Bitcoin came all the way to the levels of 27,400 US dollars. So first of all, yes, if we're going to get this retracement, we could expect the 23.6 as our first price target, which would also perfectly line up with this major resistance, because yes, resistance turns into support, and we could expect this continuation after we saw this retracement. But yes, we could also expect that Bitcoin is going to go even higher, and that we're just going to break this major resistance and come all the way up to the 200 moving average, and that we're going to see a consolidation back above the 27,800 US dollars. Because yes, this is going to be our indication that Bitcoin is going to break out even higher. Because if we're going to get a retracement in these areas, or even here, guys, this would be really important that we are going to break the 27,800 US dollars to once again say, yes, Bitcoin is going to get this bullish move towards the upside. But yes, let's go over to the news, because if we look at the monthly returns of Bitcoin, yes, September at the moment is at 4.7%, which is actually quite bullish, because if we look at the history of September, we always saw that September is actually a quite bearish month. But maybe this time we're going to get a bullish reaction because of the FOMC meeting, and this likelihood that we're going to see a pivot or a rate pause from the Federal Reserve. Because yes, a very important fractal that Bitcoin is forming at the moment has also something to do with the FOMC meeting, because yes, the FOMC meeting in June, on the 14th of June, this was exactly here, the 14th of June, where we saw that the price movement came down at the FOMC meeting, and then we saw this rate pause from the Federal Reserve, and we saw this massive pump towards the upside and broke this downward sloping trend. But yes, this fractal is a little bit different this time, because if we zoom out, then we can see, yes, we had this downwards move and we formed this downward sloping trend, and then we broke out exactly here, and the FOMC meeting was exactly in these levels. We saw this major volatility come all the way back down, formed this low, and then we saw this pump up even higher. But this time it's a little bit different. The FOMC meeting is going to be exactly here. And at the moment we are seeing this bullish move. So yes, could this mean that we're going to get a volatile move and then Bitcoin is going to go even higher because of the rate pause? I really do believe that Bitcoin is going to come all the way up to the swing high. Because yes, if you look at this fractal, then guys, I would expect that Bitcoin is going to break up even higher. But yes, for the immediate short term, I expect that Bitcoin is going to come all the way into this major resistance zone, and that we're going to see a retracement or consolidation, retest this downward sloping trend, and from this positive news from the FOMC meeting, we could expect this pump even higher. But guys, yes, talking about massive pump, let's go over to Solana, because if you look at this price move from the lows where I told you to buy Solana, all the way to the price movement where we are at the moment, this is a 14% pump towards the upside. And yes guys, I expect that we're going to see some continuation. Yes, at the moment we're facing some resistance at the 23.6, but guys, I expect that we're going to see a consolidation and break this level towards the upside with a price target of the 38.2 if we're going to see this continuation for the overall crypto market from this bullish news from the Federal Reserve. But guys, yes, now we're going to look at Dogecoin, because I think that Dogecoin is in a great opportunity to buy exactly here, because yes, once again, like with Solana, we are in this major support, and we can see the next major trend line is exactly in these levels of 7 cents. So I could expect, if we're going to get this bullish move for the overall markets, that we're going to get this pump all the way to this trend line of 24% towards the upside. But if we're going to take it to the next major resistance, this would be a 71% move for Dogecoin in the immediate short term. So yes, I think that we're close to the bottom and that we could expect this pump for Dogecoin coming all the way back into this major range. And yes, if you want to buy crypto on the spot market or trade it on the leverage market, guys, go down in the video description below where you can sign up with Bybit, where you can trade it on the leverage or even buy coins on the spot market. And as you can see, yes, I'm in this Bitcoin long position. I entered exactly here at the breakout at 26,637, and we can see that Bitcoin is at the moment at these highs. I took some profit exactly here, but this is just a small position. But let's go back over to the charts, and yes, this is going to be extremely bullish for Bitcoin if we're going to come all the way back above the $27,800, because this is going to be our main focus, that Bitcoin is going to form a higher high, and that we could expect, yes, that Bitcoin is going to break this major level, maybe even from the bullish news from the FOMC meeting. And guys, if you like this quick update, smash up the like button and subscribe, and most importantly, be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.